Welcome. This is the 7th episode in my series, It's So Hot That. This is meant to be the antidote to those silly videos where people cherry pick cold weather events from around the world to show that the Earth is cooling, but they miss out all the hot events. So these are the things that they've missed out of their videos. Spain has been hit by its first extreme heat wave of the summer. Temperatures have reached over 44 degrees centigrade, that's 111 degrees Fahrenheit. There's been huge queues to get into art galleries where there's air conditioning. People are so desperate to get away from the heat that swimming pool tickets have been sold out. London is no stranger to rain, but this has been too much rain. They got a month's worth of rain in just one day. There are roads flooded, trains were cancelled, homes were inundated, and people had to be rescued by boat. Where I live in the Washington, D.C. metro area, it is sweltering with a heat index of 107 degrees Fahrenheit, 42 degrees centigrade. The average overnight low is 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Last night it was 80 degrees. 14 days of the last 2 weeks, i.e. 50% of the time, the temperature has exceeded 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees centigrade. 75% of the days in the last month have been above average temperature. Strong storms are forecast to eventually break the heat wave, hopefully tomorrow. A tornado hits Barrie in Ontario in Canada. Thousands were left without power. 29 homes were badly damaged. 4 people were seriously injured. And there are also tornadoes sighted further south in places like Iowa. A new study has shown that heat-related deaths are underreported. They're often identified as things like heart attacks or respiratory failure. The study estimated that the heat-related deaths are about 12,000 per year in the United States. That is comparable to flu and gun violence deaths. Unfortunately, those monsoon rains have caused flash flooding in Arizona. One was dead in the Grand Canyon, and several rafters were injured when their camp was washed out. More monsoon rains are forecast for the coming days. I'm sure you've all heard of the terrible floods that are occurring in Western Europe at the moment. As of a report a few minutes ago, over 160 people were dead in the flooding in Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Belgium and Luxembourg. There are over 1,300 people missing. Thousands have been evacuated when over 8 inches of rain fell in just a 9-hour period. When you get high temperatures, you also get a large number of wildfires. There are 67 large wildfires burning at the moment in the West. Over 1 million acres have been burned in those fires. Year to date, over 2 million acres have been burned, and we're only just at the beginning of the original fire season. There's a huge amount of smoke being produced and it's drifting to the east. It has in fact reached the east coast, producing some very spectacular sunsets. Well, let's summarize all of this. In the last week, we've had 1,259 new record highs compared with only 383 new record lows. That's a ratio of about 3 to 1. The conclusion from that is that the Earth is still warming. I've been really enjoying the It's So Hot jokes that you've been sending in recently. If you have any more, please send them in. They'll be very useful. Thank you so much. Until next time, goodbye.